I think that speaks to the worry that many Americans have that there is a double standard, that you are not willing to defend against attacks made on our democracy by supporters of the president, but you are willing to deploy the National Guard.
In a world where power and influence shield the truth, one man's silence speaks volumes. Donald Trump, once a close associate of the infamous Jeffrey Epstein, is now facing a storm of accusations that could destroy everything he's built. Epstein's dark secrets have come to light, and Trump's connection to them is undeniable. As the media explodes with questions, Trump's refusal to speak out raises even more chilling doubts. Will he answer for his actions, or will he once again hide behind his power? The clock is ticking, and the truth is more dangerous than ever.
To be deploying the National Guard in Los Angeles to defend ICE agents who deserve to be defended in the execution of their job.
Trump's silence is notable considering his usual response to public scrutiny. For years, he has been known for his outspoken and often controversial remarks, especially when it involves high-profile figures and legal matters. Trump and Epstein shared mutual acquaintances, with the two frequenting similar social circles. Trump has been quoted in the past referring to Epstein as a terrific guy, and has even claimed they were friends for over a decade. However, following Epstein's arrest, Trump distanced himself from the financier, claiming they were not close friends after all. The situation took another turn when J.D. Vance, a well-known political figure, demanded the release of a letter Trump supposedly wrote to Epstein. This letter, allegedly sent in 2003, was said to have contained warm and friendly language, including a line that read, "May every day be another wonderful secret." Vance's public call for the letter's release prompted more questions about Trump's relationship with Epstein. However, despite the media attention, Trump never called for the letter's release and remained silent on the issue. That evening, Trump filed a lawsuit in a Florida federal court against the Wall Street Journal and its owner, Rupert Murdoch. The lawsuit was not aimed at getting the letter released, but rather at discrediting the newspaper's reporting. In the lawsuit, Trump referred to the legal action as historic, but it didn't address the letter or its contents directly. Instead, Trump's filing seemed to focus on attacking the publication and its claims. The lawsuit, if pursued, could require Trump to undergo a videotape deposition where he would be questioned under oath about his connection with Epstein. This could include questions about Trump's public statements, in which he called Epstein a terrific guy and said that they had known each other for 15 years. Trump could also be asked to explain his comments regarding Epstein's preference for beautiful women, including those who were on the younger side. These are sensitive issues that could put Trump in a difficult position, especially given the severity of Epstein's criminal activities. Trump's history of avoiding legal questioning is well documented. Throughout his career, he has used his legal resources to delay or block depositions, often using his status and influence to prevent them from going forward. It's likely that he will continue to do the same in this case, particularly given the nature of the questions that could be asked. The prospect of answering such personal and potentially damaging questions under oath seems to be something Trump would want to avoid at all costs. Many of Trump's previous lawsuits have been seen as tactics to generate media attention, rather than genuine efforts to win legal battles. He often uses these lawsuits to dominate the news cycle and divert attention from more serious matters. In fact, this lawsuit, like many of his previous legal challenges, could be more about creating headlines than achieving a legal victory. The Wall Street Journal's report on Trump's lawsuit provides some important context. According to the newspaper, Trump has been a frequent litigant against media outlets, filing multiple lawsuits over the years. Many of these cases have been dismissed at early stages, suggesting that Trump's legal strategies may not always be as effective as he hopes. Public figures like Trump face a high legal bar in defamation cases, as they must prove that the defendant knowingly published false information. This can be a difficult standard to meet, which is why Trump's lawsuits are often aimed more at garnering attention than actually seeking legal redress. In his social media post announcing the lawsuit, Trump also mentioned Rupert Murdoch's history of legal losses, including a $767 million zero-cents judgment involving false reporting about voting machines. This statement highlights the significant financial risks Murdoch's company has faced in recent years. Given Murdoch's previous legal battles, it's clear that the decision to publish the article about Trump's relationship with Epstein was not made lightly. Trump's lawsuit, in turn, may be an attempt to control the narrative around his connection with Epstein. The lawsuit claims that the Wall Street Journal article falsely implied that Trump was a close friend of Epstein, describing their relationship in a way that Trump now denies. According to the lawsuit, the letter allegedly written by Trump to Epstein never existed, and the reporting by the Journal was misleading. Trump's legal team has argued that the article was part of a larger effort to damage his reputation, though this claim remains unproven. What is clear, however, is that Trump's legal response has only intensified public interest in his ties to Epstein. As the case continues, it remains to be seen whether Trump will be forced to answer difficult questions about his relationship with Epstein. The prospect of giving testimony under oath could prove to be a significant challenge for Trump, particularly given the sensitive nature of the questions that could be posed. Until then, the controversy surrounding Trump's connection to Epstein continues to raise questions about the former president's past associations and the potential consequences he may face. If Donald Trump continues to pursue the lawsuit he filed against the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch, he could be subjected to a videotaped deposition where his legal team will ask him under oath about his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. This would be an uncomfortable position for Trump, as it could involve answering detailed questions about his past statements and actions surrounding Epstein. One key aspect of the questioning would likely focus on Trump's claim that he and Epstein were close friends for a decade. Epstein himself publicly described Trump as his closest friend for 10 years, a statement that could be used against Trump in the legal proceedings. Furthermore, Trump's previous public comments about Epstein, such as calling him a terrific guy and claiming they had known each other for 15 years, would be heavily scrutinized. Trump has also made troubling remarks about Epstein's preferences, particularly his attraction to beautiful women and the fact that some of them were on the younger side. These comments would be directly relevant in the context of the lawsuit, especially given the serious nature of Epstein's criminal activities and the accusations against him. The lawsuit itself, while it may seem like an attempt to gain attention or dominate the news cycle, poses serious risks for Trump. He has a history of avoiding legal questioning, particularly under oath, and this case could be much more dangerous for him than for Rupert Murdoch, the media mogul he is suing. If the case progresses, Trump would likely be forced to answer difficult questions that could further damage his reputation. Trump's legal history suggests that he has used lawsuits as a way to avoid difficult conversations, especially those that could expose him to greater scrutiny. This case, if it continues, might be no different. His track record of litigating against media outlets is well known, and many of his past lawsuits have been dismissed early or ended with little legal consequence. However, this case carries more weight due to the sensitive and personal nature of the questions that Trump could be asked under oath. As the lawsuit unfolds, it remains to be seen whether Trump will agree to testify. If he does, it will likely be a pivotal moment in this ongoing legal saga, and one that could force him to confront the issues surrounding his connection to Epstein in a way he has so far been able to avoid.